Heartwarming plea. Street girl asks, bury my sister. Millionaire's incredible response exposed. Lily stood in the biting cold, her breath visible as she fought to hold back tears. The towering structure of the funeral home loomed above her, an austere sentinel standing against the backdrop of a bustling Chicago. At just 16, she felt the weight of the world on her tiny shoulders. The loss of her sister, Emma, a sweet soul who never got a chance to bloom, ravaged her heart. With their single mother working 3 jobs, they couldn't afford the treatments that could have saved her. Now, she faced the daunting task of arranging a funeral, and all Lily could think was how unfair it all was. How life could be so cruel. Just a little more time, Emma, she whispered into the frigid air, her hands trembling as they brushed against the cheap fabric of her coat, worn and frayed. The city's sirens wailed in the distance, a soundtrack of chaos to her grief. Images of Emma's laughter raced through her mind, woven into the essence of their cramped apartment, a place filled with dreams overshadowed by poverty. She gritted her teeth, furiously battling her emotions. I'll find a way, I promise I will. As she stood there, an echo of desperation flowed from her heart, splintering off into the streets, catching the eyes of those hurrying past. But most ignored her pain, choosing comfort over compassion, until one figure paused. Mr. Thompson, a name synonymous with success, watched from a distance. His rich charcoal suit was immaculate, his face lined with years of silent suffering. He had spent a lifetime amassing wealth, only to find himself haunted by the disconnect caused by his relentless pursuit of profit. Watching Lily's heartache stirred something deep within him. It was as if he was staring at a mirror reflecting the pieces of a boy. He once was a boy who played in alleyways and shared dreams under the glow of streetlights. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. Feeling the weight of her sorrow, he approached her cautiously. What do you need? For a moment, Lily's heart raced. Could he really help? She explained through stifled sobs, how they were just kids who wanted to say goodbye to their sister with dignity. Mr. Thompson's heart twisted as he thought about how far he'd drifted from the values his parents had instilled in him. The warmth of family now overshadowed by numbers and quarterly reports. But something sparked. Could he bridge the chasm between their worlds? Could he help her? The gallery of accelerating emotions around them buzzed like electricity. The community took notice, rallying unexpectedly as they witnessed Lily's plea. Suddenly, neighbors who once hurried past her were stepping forward to stand with her, ready to reclaim the dignity that every soul deserves. Would Mr. Thompson choose compassion over commerce? Would the young girl's resilience awaken a spark of humanity in him? As they stood on this interactive edge, a powerful question loomed. How far would they go to resurrect love and hope in their fractured lives? Together, they were poised at a crossroads, both vulnerable yet full of potential, yearning for the redemption they so desperately needed. The night deepened, yet the promise of something transformative lingered, leaving their stories intertwined as they ventured into the uncertainty of tomorrow. The sound of soft footsteps approached Lily, breaking the tension of the cold night. Mr. Thompson's presence grew stronger as he took another step closer, the flickers of streetlights catching glimmers of compassion in his usually detached eyes. I can help you, Lily, he said, his voice a gentle rumble against the sharp chill. Just as the words sank in, Lily's heart leaped with hope. And then, uncertainty washed over her. This wasn't just a man in a suit offering charity. It felt as though he was offering a lifeline. Yet she felt suspicion tugging at her heart. Why would you help me? You don't even know me. I may not know you, but I know about loss. I've seen firsthand how hard life can hit. It doesn't discriminate, he replied softly, his gaze drifting away, lost in memories of his own past struggles. Let me make this right. Emma deserves more than what fate dealt her. Lily's breath hitched. Her sister's name lingered between them like a fragile promise. It was as if the air thickened with their shared grief. With each passing moment, she could feel her walls crumbling, the weight of skepticism wavering, and buried deep beneath was a faint flicker of trust. "What do you want in return?" she finally asked, her voice barely above a whisper. A sad smile danced on his lips. "Nothing. Sometimes just helping someone else makes a difference, you know? It can make all these years of chasing wealth feel meaningful for once." Mr. Thompson reached into his coat pocket and pulled out his business card, its edges crisp and new. "Let us go inside and figure this out together. We can plan a proper funeral." A wave of relief washed over her. It was as if stepping into a warm embrace after days of cold. Yet a flicker of caution nudged her heart. What about her mother? Would she agree with this? Would Mr. Thompson remain committed? Without a second thought, she glanced back at the cold pavement where Emma might have walked alongside her, her little sister's laughter making every loss feel incomprehensible. "I have to talk to my mom first," she decided, taking a deep breath to steady herself. "Of course," Mr. Thompson said, his expression earnest and understanding. "She deserves to be involved in this." They turned together, stepping into the funeral home. The air inside was more serene, filled with dim lighting and quiet reverence. It smelled faintly of lilies and fresh-cut grass, a stark contrast to the harsh world outside. A wave of calm washed over Lily as they walked through the solemn hall prepared for farewells not yet written. As they approached the reception counter, Lily caught sight of a few passers-by who had gathered outside. Some familiar faces from the neighborhood. They were staring, not with indifference, but with curiosity and concern. Lily felt a tightness in her chest. Would they support her? Or would they question her choices? "Hey, you're not alone," Mr. Thompson said, his voice breaking her contemplation like sunshine breaking through clouds. "You're already inspiring a community to step forward. Let us act on that together." Lily nodded slowly, determination seeping back into her veins. Yes, she could do this. They could do this together. The connection was fragile but real, and for the first time, a flicker of light broke through her grief-stricken heart. But just then, her phone buzzed violently in her pocket, cutting through the tranquility. It was her mother. The message read, "Where are you? I need you now." Lily's heart raced, dread washing over her. Did she disclose everything? Could she bring Mr. Thompson into their lives? The thought of disappointing her mother intertwined with her desire to accept help. As the phone buzzed again, a new question loomed in her mind, heavier than before. What would she say when she returned to her mother? Would this path lead to light or darkness? Lily felt the vibrate of her phone again, each buzz echoing against her racing heartbeat. The once serene funeral home now felt like a pressure cooker, every second stretching as she wrestled with her thoughts. Mr. Thompson stood nearby, a steady presence, but even his calm demeanor couldn't chase away the storm brewing inside her. I need to take this," she said, her voice shaky and uncertain. She stepped away from him, feeling the weight of the moment press in. She had to respond. Her mother needed her, and yet a part of her didn't want to leave this conversation with Mr. Thompson. "Sure, go ahead," he said softly, giving her the space she needed, but she could sense the urgency in his voice too, the urgency of hope, the chance of possibility. Taking a deep breath, she stared at the screen as if it could offer her guidance. The clock was ticking. Lily's thumb hovered over the message for a moment, then she replied hesitantly, "I'm at the funeral home with Mr. Thompson." Her mother's response was swift, almost frantic. "Why him? You shouldn't be with him. Come home now." Lily felt her breath hitch as dread pooled in her stomach. This wasn't the reply she'd hoped for. It only drummed up the familiar tension that existed since Emma's death. Her mother's fear was palpable. "Mom, he wants to help us plan a proper goodbye for Emma," she texted back, desperation creeping into her voice. "Help. I don't trust him. Come home." The reply was harsh, but it spoke volumes. Her mother's grief was sharp and protective, a wall built to shield any cut from deeper wounds. With trembling fingers, she tucked the phone back into her pocket, feeling overwhelmed by a wave of conflicting emotions. What am I supposed to do now? She thought. Mr. Thompson was watching her closely. Everything okay? It's complicated, she admitted, pain flickering in her eyes. My mom doesn't want me here. She's panicking. It feels like she thinks I'm making a mistake. Families often react that way when faced with such loss. It's fear. They feel like they're losing control over everything, he said, a deeply empathetic look settling on his face. But you're not alone in this, Lily. You have options. Options, she echoed, the word tasting bitter on her tongue. What options do I have? I have to consider what my mom wants, but I can't just ignore what I need to. Her heart was racing, frustration building. Listen, you don't have to choose sides. This isn't about choosing me or your mother. It's about honoring your sister together. She deserves that. An avalanche of thoughts crashed over her. What would it feel like to have that kind of support? To honor Emma with her mother by her side. Even if they were at odds? But fear still held her back. We could do it together, Mr. Thompson offered, sensing her indecision. Help your mother see that it's okay to accept help. You're both in pain, but there's love beneath that. It can guide you. Looking into his compassionate eyes, hope flickered again. Could she convince her mom? Would Mr. Thompson give her the strength she lacked? Before she could respond, her phone buzzed again. Her mother had sent another message, and fear twisted Lily's gut as she viewed it. You are making a mistake. I won't let you ruin this for us. Hot tears pricked her eyes. The world felt impossibly heavy. What if she was making a mistake? What if she took a step toward healing, only to find herself lost in the darkness again? Mr. Thompson stepped closer. You need to choose for yourself this time. What does your heart say? His words echoed, but Lily found herself frozen at a crossroads, caught between two worlds. She had to respond, but her answer held the weight of her future, a future full of grief, hope, and family tension. Could she bring them together? Or would this be the moment everything cracked apart? As she stood there, weighing the burden of each choice, a deeper realization washed over her. But what if she discovered the truth about trust and herself? Lily stood frozen, her heart racing as the air around her felt thick with tension. Every word exchanged with her mother echoed in her mind, a never-ending loop of fear and doubt. She glanced at Mr. Thompson, who was watching her intently, seemingly attuned to the turmoil whirling inside her. Lily, what's your heart telling you? He asked again, breaking through the chaos. His voice was steady, yet it carried an urgency that felt like a lifeline. She wished she could answer him honestly. I don't want to lose my mom too, she finally whispered, her chest tightening as she spoke. I feel like I already lost Emma. I don't want to lose anyone else. Mr. Thompson nodded, his expression softening. You're not losing her. You're trying to honor Emma together, and that process can be incredibly painful. But you need to be honest with both her and yourself. Words hung in the air like whispers on the wind. Could it be that simple? She longed for her mother to understand that there could be strength in vulnerability, that they could lean on each other rather than push apart. But the thought of confronting her mother, to challenge that suffocating protectiveness, was terrifying. Taking a deep breath, Lily pulled her phone out again. It was time to reply, but her fingers trembled over the screen. What could she say that might shift her mother's perspective? Would her words feel like an olive branch or a threat? Just then Mr. Thompson's phone buzzed in his pocket, breaking her focus. He pulled it out and gave a quick glance before looking back at her, melancholy etched in his features. Sometimes, just as you're gathering the courage to speak, life throws a curveball. Is everything okay? She asked, concern creeping into her voice that he hesitated, then nodded slowly. My daughter is struggling, and I need to check on her. Family issues, you know. Lily immediately felt a connection. I hope she's all right, she said softly, understanding that pain was universal, regardless of circumstances. That he offered her a warm smile. Thank you, Lily. It's hard to juggle everything, but it helps to know I'm not alone. Just like you aren't. She took a moment, letting his words sink in. There was an undeniable truth in them. Maybe this isn't just about Emma. It's about all of us. My mom, she's lost too. Looking at Mr. Thompson, she recognized the vulnerability in his eyes. I should talk to her, she said suddenly, determination rising within her. I can't let fear dictate our choices. Emma deserves something beautiful, and maybe my mom just needs support. Exactly, he encouraged, his voice like an anchor. You're on the right path. Speak from your heart. You might be surprised by her response. With that, She took a moment to gather herself, her pulse calming into something less fevered. This was her crossing point. It felt monumental, even if she didn't fully understand what awaited on the other side. Lily typed out a message, hesitation rising like a tide within her. "Mom, I really want to talk. Please trust me. We can do this together. Emma would want us to." She bit her lip, fighting back the tears that threatened to spill. She pressed send, and it felt like releasing a bird into the sky, terrifying and liberating at once. As the minutes dragged on, she glanced back at Mr. Thompson, who gave her a reassuring nod. Just at that moment, her phone vibrated once more. The response flashed across the screen, and her heart dropped as she read the words. "You think talking will fix this? You're wrong." Lily closed her eyes, feeling the potent rush of disappointment. The division between them felt deeper than ever, and yet in her chest, a tiny spark of hope flickered. Could she really mend this with her mother? With the weight of unseen futures pressing down, she faced Mr. Thompson, swallowing hard. "What do I do if she won't listen?" "Then it's time for a different approach," he replied, his face serious yet compassionate. "Sometimes, actions speak louder than words." She stared at him, a swirl of possibilities stirring in her mind. What did he mean by that? What if her actions could bridge the gap between her and her mother? Would it be enough to show her that they were both fighting for the same person? In the depths of her uncertainty, Lily felt her resolve harden. And with it, the hope that maybe, just maybe, she could find a way forward. And just as she was about to voice her plan, her phone buzzed one last time. Her mother had sent a new message, and the words it held would change everything. Lily stared at her phone, her breath catching in her throat. The new message was brief but cutting. "I've done everything I can for Emma. You just don't understand." Each word felt like a blow. It didn't just push her away. It nearly shattered the fragile bridge she had hoped to build. "Lily, are you okay?" Mr. Thompson's soft voice drew her back to the present. She looked up, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "It's worse. She thinks I don't care. That I've set this all in motion without thought." Mr. Thompson moved closer, lowering his voice. "She is hurting too. Sometimes when people are in pain, they lash out. It doesn't mean she doesn't love you." Lily nodded, trying to absorb his words. "But how do I show her? She just sees me as a kid who doesn't understand anything. How can I be the daughter she needs?" "Actions," he reminded her gently. "You have to find a way to not just tell her, but to show her. Sometimes small acts can mean big things." His words wrapped around her, delivering a sense of clarity. "Okay," she breathed, a resolve brewing inside her. "I need to remind her of Emma, of what really matters." Her mind raced through ideas, pictures flashing in her head, the silly memories, the moments of laughter, the promises they had made. What if she created something that honored Emma? A way to bring them both closer together? "What if I organize a little gathering? Just us?" Lily's voice gained strength. "Something to celebrate Emma. A moment to remember her, not to move on, but to hold on to her." "That sounds like a beautiful idea," Mr. Thompson agreed, a warmth spreading across his face. "She might just need a reminder that Emma is still with you both in spirit." Lily's heart began to uncoil, hope twinkling in the corners of her mind. Yes. It would give her a reason to come together, to talk openly. Perhaps create a place for her to remember, something she can look forward to, he encouraged. Lily shot him a grateful smile, the plan coalescing within her, a bright spark amidst shadows. I could set up her favorite things. Pictures, music, the stories. As excitement coursed through her, she pulled up her phone again. This time, she wasn't hesitating. She began typing with deliberate conviction. "Mom, I want to do something special for Emma. Can we make an evening to celebrate her? Just you and me, and all the things that remind us of her?" She sent the message, heart racing. Would her mother understand? Would she meet her halfway? Mr. Thompson's phone buzzed, but his focus remained on her. "Remember, this is about healing. Timing is crucial, and she may need space, but this is a step." "Space is okay," Lily said. "I just want her to know I'm here, that I want to share this with her." The minutes felt like hours as she awaited a response. When it finally came, it was even shorter than the last. "Fine. I'll try. I'll take fine," she breathed, relief flooding through her. It was a crack in the wall, and she would build on it. With a newfound sense of purpose, Lily turned to Mr. Thompson. How do I lay everything out? I want it to feel right. Just be yourself, and let the memories guide you, he said. Trust that love will carry your words. Lily's excitement mixed with a touch of fear. What if she faltered? What if it wasn't enough? But she clung to the thread of hope, buoyed by action. She could do this. As she stood there, planning her next steps, a thought struck her. What if, in trying to heal together, they uncovered hidden truths? Would the night reveal more than memories? With her heart racing, Lily began to envision not just a gathering, but a transformation for them both, one that could weave their past with the threads of their love. But as ideas swirled in her mind, she couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning of something much bigger. What else would she discover as they ventured down this uncertain path together? Would they find comfort? Or would shadows of unspoken words pull them apart again? Lily rushed home, a flurry of ideas swirling inside her. Each step felt heavy with purpose, the reality of what she planned weighing on her heart. She envisioned the room filled with Emma's favorite things, her cheerful photographs, the colorful knit blankets she loved to snuggle in during cold nights, and the playlist that made their living room feel like a world of music and laughter. As soon as she stepped through the door, she spotted her mother in the kitchen, her back turned as she stirred something on the stove. A familiar weight sat in the air, yet it suddenly felt different. This time, Lily was not just an observer, she was ready to act. Mom, she called softly. Her mother turned, the usual line of worry etched across her forehead. What is it, Lily? I have an idea, she said, heart pounding but determined. About Emma. I want to do something special, a gathering. Just the two of us. To celebrate her. The moment hung between them, the tension palpable. Lily held her breath, waiting for the possible rejection, the old resistance that had become so commonplace. But instead, her mother's expression softened for a tiny moment, giving Lily a glimpse of the woman she used to know, before Emma's illness stole so much light from their lives. Lily, I don't know if please, Mom. The urgency in her voice startled her. We both miss her. I thought we could share stories, listen to her favorite songs, remember her together, just like we used to. Her mother looked away, staring at the simmering pot. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Too many memories. I know it hurts, Lily pressed on. But it's also about joy. About love. Mom, we need this. I need this with you. A heavy sigh escaped her mother's lips. She turned around, revealing the emotions brimming in her eyes. You think this will help? More than anything, Lily replied, feeling desperation fight against a flicker of hope. I'll think about it, her mother finally said, a hesitant promise hanging in the air. Lily took that as a green light. She felt a rush of energy fill her as she began to plan. That night, she stayed up late, pouring her heart into preparations. The gathering would need to embody the true essence of Emma, the laughter, the warmth, and the love. As she put together a slideshow of Emma's happiest moments, she felt a sense of catharsis. Each smile captured on the screen was a reminder that amidst the chaos, there were still precious memories. She dug through boxes in the attic where Emma's favorite toys lay nestled, dust-covered but brimming with stories. The days zipped by, and with each passing hour, Lily felt more in control of the situation. The gathering would be on Saturday, a perfect time, she thought. Her mom would be home, and she could finally show her how cherished their memories could be. But on Friday, things took a turn. That evening, as Lily sat working on decorations, her mother stormed into the living room, a furious look in her eyes. Lily, what's wrong? Lily stood, her heart racing. I just got a call, her mother seethed, the tension in her voice drowning the joy Lily had built. Your principal wants to talk. About something serious. About what? Lily's anxiety flared. Fear wrapped around her throat like a vine, squeezing tightly. Emma's death. He thinks it's necessary to discuss a tribute, something formal for the school. What? Lily's world tilted, her heart crashing against her ribs. But we're doing it tomorrow. This celebration is to be ours. It doesn't matter. Her mother snapped. You can imagine this is about you, but it's not. It was Emma's life. All of our lives. As the chaos of voices clashed, Lily suddenly felt small. The strength she had built in planning crumbled under the reality of their unresolved grief. Amidst the rising emotions, Lily realized something. The gathering was no longer just about remembering Emma. It was also about confronting everything they'd been avoiding, and perhaps embracing it together. And just as she turned to voice these thoughts, a sharp sensation knocked at her heart. What if her mother's anger stemmed from fear? What if confronting the past meant not only healing, but discovering something they had both overlooked? Lily took a deep breath, ready to stand her ground. But would she be prepared for what might emerge from this revelation? "Mom, please." The words slipped out before she could stop them. "I know this feels wrong, but we can't keep running from it. Emma wouldn't want that for us." Her mother's eyes flickered, a tempest of emotions churning beneath the surface. "You think I'm running?" she snapped. I don't want to feel this pain all over again. I thought we could find a way to move on." Moving on doesn't mean forgetting her. We need to celebrate who she was. Together. Silence hung between them like a taut string, ready to snap. Lily could see her mother wavering just a little. There was a heartbeat of longing in her mother's gaze. A wish to reconnect with memories they both treasured yet feared at the same time. "I just don't want to relive her last days," her mother whispered, anguish creeping into her voice as she turned to look out the window. The fading light painted the room in soft shades of blue. "I don't want to either," Lily admitted, her voice trembling. "But we can't let those moments define how we remember Emma. She was so much more than her illness. Don't you remember how she used to dance in the living room? How she never let anything dull her spirit?" Her mother sighed, shoulders slumped. "Of course I remember," she said quietly. "But right now, all I see is the empty space she left behind." Lily's heart ached. This was their shared grief, a ghost that haunted their home. Then let us fill that space with love. Let us put everything back where it belongs. Let us laugh. Let us cry. Emma deserves that, and so do we. Don't you want to honor her? Tears started to glisten in her mother's eyes. What if it's too much? What if we can't handle it? What if it helps? Lily urged, stepping closer, her voice gentle yet insistent. What if it brings us closer? Just for one night, let us remember her as we used to, full of laughter and joy. Time seemed to stand still as her mother processed the plea. The tension around them began to soften, like the sun breaking through storm clouds. "I don't know, Lily," her mother said, her voice wavering. "Just think about it," Lily said, taking a step back, giving her space. "You don't have to decide now. But when you're ready, I'll be waiting." Her mother nodded slowly, a tear rolling down her cheek. "Okay. I'll think about it," she whispered, but Lily could feel some part of her shift. The weekend loomed close, and as Lily awaited her mother's decision, she felt a tremor of hope. Perhaps this was the moment of connection they so desperately needed. That as Saturday dawned, the room was set, decorations hung, and the slideshow played softly in the background. But Lily's heart pounded in her chest as she waited for her mother to come down. Could she really push forward with their plans? Would her mother join her in this sacred remembrance? Just then, a noise from the hallway pulled her attention. The door creaked open, and there stood her mother, looking smaller than ever, shadows of doubt flickering in her eyes. "Lily," she said, stepping into the room. "I've been thinking." Lily held her breath, caught between fear and anticipation. What would her mother say? What direction would this reunion take? Maybe this isn't just about remembering Emma after all. Her mother's voice trailed off, and the depth of meaning hung heavy in the air. "What do you mean?" Lily asked, her heart racing. "Maybe it's about rediscovering us, finding a way to heal together. Will her mother embrace this moment and join her in honoring Emma? Or will their journey towards healing lead them down an unexpected path?" Lily's heart raced at her mother's revelation. She could see the flicker of hope in her eyes, the tentative threads weaving their connection back together. "You mean," she started, trying to find the right words, "we could actually do this together?" Her mother's gaze softened. "Perhaps," she said slowly, "perhaps we could find a way to let Emma's spirit guide us, not just through memories of pain, but through moments of love and laughter, too." Lily felt a rush of relief. The weight of her mother's doubt was still there, but it felt a little lighter now. We could create a space for her, somewhere we can both feel her presence, you know? We could share stories, play her favorite songs, even dance like she used to. A smile broke on her mother's face, just a hint of it at first, but it was enough to spark a glimmer of joy in the room. "Oh, I remember those dances," she said, and for a moment, the shadows of the past seemed a little less daunting. "Do you think we can do this?" Lily asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I want to try," her mother replied, a new resolve embedding itself in her tone. "I want to honor her in a way that truly reflects how she lived. We owe that to Emma, and to ourselves." Lily's chest swelled with a mix of excitement and apprehension. Could this moment truly lead to healing? Was their grief about to transform into something beautiful? "Okay, let us start now." Lily's eyes lit up. "How about we share our favorite memories of her? We can write them down or just talk about them." "What was your favorite?" Her mother paused, thinking, and then began. "I remember the time she tried to bake brownies for the first time. She got chocolate everywhere, and the kitchen looked like a war zone by the time she was done. But when we tasted them, they were the best brownies I've ever had." Lily laughed, picturing her sister's joyful chaos. "And she insisted on eating them firsthand, remember? She had that guilty look on her face, like she was defying the rules just to have fun." "Yes. And she made us promise not to tell Dad." Oh, the look on his face when he discovered the truth. Her mother's voice was softer now, filled with warmth. The atmosphere brightened as they shared more stories. Each laugh, each memory was like a step on a path leading them back to each other. They began to rebuild the bridge that had been rotting away beneath the weight of their sorrow. As the afternoon slipped away, Lily could see the heaviness in her mother melting. The room filled with the echoes of laughter, a lovely symphony that eclipsed the silence that once lingered there. They were not just remembering Emma. They were celebrating her life, and finding solace in their shared moments. "Let us light a candle for her," her mother suggested suddenly. "A symbol of hope, of warmth." "Absolutely. Just like she brought light into our lives." Lily's heart soared as she retrieved a small candle from the mantel. They lit it together, watching the flame flicker to life. It danced gently in the small breeze from the window, illuminating their faces, their connected spirits. As they watched the candle burn, a soft peace settled around them. The heaviness of grief was still present, but it no longer felt suffocating. Instead, it became a companion, a reminder of the love they shared. "Do you think we'll ever stop feeling sad?" Lily whispered. "I don't know," her mother replied quietly, looking deeply into the flame. "But I believe we can learn to carry it with us alongside all the happiness Emma brought us." The two of them sat together, enveloped in the warmth of the candlelight and each other's presence. But the unanswered question lingered in the air. How would they continue this journey beyond just memories? Could the bond they were rekindling survive the future? A thought struck Lily. What if we had a gathering? Invite all of Emma's friends, and we can share stories together. Celebrate her like she would be wanted. Her mother's eyes sparkled with a mix of uncertainty and eagerness. That might just be the next step we need. Would that gathering become the bridge that ultimately led them to true healing? Or would the weight of their grief threaten to overshadow their memory of Emma? The week raced by, each day lending a new layer to their resolve. Lily and her mother devoted their evenings to planning Emma's gathering, a celebration of her life that they hoped would wrap around them like a warm embrace. They went through old photo albums, laughing at Emma's goofy faces, and sharing stories that had been buried under their grief for far too long. "Let us make it special," her mother suggested one evening as they flipped through pages stained with time. "We could decorate with her favorite colors, maybe blue and yellow. They always reminded her of summer." "I love that idea," Lily replied, her heart swelling at the thought of infusing joy into a day that had once felt heavy with sadness. "And we should create a memory wall. Everyone can write a note, or share a memory of Emma. It'll be comforting for all of us." As they planned, Lily felt a shift within herself, a lightness that she hadn't felt in ages. The idea of gathering Emma's friends felt not only like a way to honor her, but also as a way to bring closure. It was as if they were slowly rewriting the narrative of their grief into something more hopeful. Days later, they found themselves at the local community center, transforming the room with balloons and ribbons. Lily's mother bustled around with purpose, arranging tables and hanging photos of Emma that brought smiles to their faces. "This place feels different already," her mother said, stepping back to admire their work. It feels alive just like Emma would ve wanted. As the hour of the gathering approached, an air of nervous excitement thrummed through both of them. Would everyone show up? Would it be healing? Would talking about Emma bring back the ache? Or would it lighten their hearts? Lily kept glancing at the door, wondering who would come and what stories they would share. When the first few friends arrived, it felt surreal. Emma's friends smiling, hugging, eyes sparkling with memories flooded into the room. And the laughter they brought filled every empty corner. As the afternoon progressed, stories poured out like a river. Each memory spoke of Emma's quirks, her contagious laughter, and that undeniable sparkle in her eyes. She always knew how to make everyone feel loved, one of her friends shared, wiping a tear from her cheek. I can't believe she's really gone. Lily clutched her mother's hand tightly, sharing in the bittersweet recollections. In those moments, their own grief seemed less isolating. As they listened, an array of emotions washed over them, a mix of sorrow, warmth, and an unexpected burst of joy as they rediscovered Emma's spirit through these shared experiences. When it was their turn to speak, Lily's mother stood beside her. "Thank you for being here," she began, her voice steady but filled with unfiltered emotion. "Emma meant so much to all of us, and I know she'd be so happy to see us gathered like this." Lily took a breath. "We want to make sure she's never forgotten. Let us remember her not just with our tears, but with our joy. Let us honor her spirit by living fully, just like she always did." After they spoke, they invited everyone to pin their notes and memories onto the display board, creating a tapestry of love and remembrance. The room was alive, buzzing with connection. It felt like the shadows were retreating, bit by bit, in the light of shared stories. But just as Lily began to feel the walls of grief start to dissolve, the door creaked open again, revealing someone unexpected, a figure from the past that brought with them a whirlwind of unresolved emotions. Could this reunion change everything they had built that day? Did hope still linger in the air? Or were they about to feel the weight of their sorrow crash down once more? The unexpected figure stood hesitantly in the doorway. Mr. Thompson, a gentle expression on his face, and a softness in his demeanor that resonated with the spirit of the gathering. He didn't belong to their world in the same way the others did. Yet his presence felt oddly comforting among familiar faces. A quiet hush fell over the room as he stepped in, his eyes scanning the vibrant memories pinned on the wall, the laughter still echoing from the corners. Lily's heart raced, memories of their intertwined paths flooding back. Would he disrupt the tender moment, bursting with healing? But as he took a step closer, she noticed a flicker of respect in his gaze, an acknowledgement of their journey. "Hello everyone," he began, his voice calm yet unwavering. "I'm here because I wanted to honor Emma, too. She touched my heart in ways I didn't realize until she was gone." A few friends nodded, their expressions easing into an understanding smile. Mr. Thompson's presence seemed to create an invisible thread connecting their experiences, weaving hope amid shared grief. Lily exchanged glances with her mother, who appeared apprehensive, yet curious. He continued, "I know I was just a stranger to some of you and maybe even an unsettling presence to others. But I wanted you to know that I understand loss and the importance of community. Emma taught me that life isn't just about achievements but about love, laughter, and the bonds we create." His words resonated like a heartbeat, pulling on the raw emotions resting beneath the surface. Taking a small step forward, Mr. Thompson added, "While I know this journey hurts, please remember that healing doesn't have to be done alone. Together, you can share that weight. I'm here tonight to support that effort." Every one of us carries a piece of Emma's spirit. The air shifted, his sincerity brushing against the hearts of each person present. Lily felt the walls around her heart crack just a little more. Would her mother find solace in this moment? She looked over to her, who was watching Mr. Thompson, lost in thoughts that danced between doubt and acceptance. "Sometimes," Mr. Thompson continued, "it takes an open heart to recognize the connections we hold, the love that binds us to those we've lost, and perhaps, to those we have yet to encounter." At that moment, their eyes met. Her mother and Lily shared an understanding that echoed through the intimacy of grief. Could this be another step toward healing? Lily wondered. The gathering wasn't solely about remembering Emma. It was about being open to love, vulnerability, and new connections. Mr. Thompson smiled gently, turning his gaze back to Lily and her mother. You two, he said softly, have poured so much love into honoring Emma. If it's okay with you, I'd love to contribute not just in spirit, but with action as well. We could plan an event together, something for the community that celebrates Emma while also strengthening those ties. We'd like that. Lily's mother spoke up, her voice steady, the earlier tension giving way to possibility. This could help not just us, but all of Emma's friends. As the conversations flowed again, Lily's and her mother shared their memories with new listeners, each tone a thread stitching them closer together, binding the fabric of their community. Laughter erupted, tears fell, and each emotion sealed another layer of understanding they longed for. In that moment, Lily realized something profound. Healing wasn't a straight path. It was a winding road colored with varied emotions, but it was also an opportunity for connection. That night, they built something beautiful amid heartache, a shared light spreading warmth in the darkest corners. With time, it was clear that the community began to flourish from the gathering. Their stories ignited a spark, energy rippling through as people found strength in one another. Emma's name transformed from a whisper of sorrow into joyous exclamations celebrating her vibrant spirit. Lily and her mother exchanged glances, the threads of their relationship woven anew. They weren't merely two individuals lost in their grief, but a united force, learning to forge a path forward together, forever carrying Emma in their hearts. The night drew to a close, filled with newfound hope. The hugs exchanged, the laughter shared, and the love that lingered illuminated their lives, a beautiful promise that neither grief nor silence would conquer the bonds forged in life. As the guests filtered out, Lily knew this was just the beginning. Mom, she asked, her heart lighter, can we keep this going? Can we create a space where Emma's spirit dances every day? Her mother nodded, tears in her eyes, but this time, they were tears of joy. Yes, let us do it. Let us keep celebrating her every day. Together, they stepped into tomorrow, ready to embrace whatever it held. And Lily, feeling the warmth of connection, whispered a prayer of gratitude not just for Emma, but for the beautiful transformation they had shared, the heartfelt journey that had brought them here. This was just the start of a life where sorrow would now be sprinkled with laughter, and memories of Emma would shine brightly at the heart of their newly embraced lives. So, are you ready to join us on this journey of transformation? Subscribe immediately to the channel so you don't miss the next exclusive stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and show your support. Comment your thoughts and feelings about this ending. Your feedback is essential. And don't wait not even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this beautiful transformation.